Welcome back to Mighty Little Green Machine. On today's video, we're going to be installing my new stand flagpole. I've wanted a flagpole my whole life. I've always had flags that go on the house. Up until I've had this house, I haven't put anything up yet, and I've always wanted a flagpole. So I finally decided to do it. So it's 25 feet tall, and they guarantee that it will stand up to winds up to Category 1 hurricane. So today I'm going to get it installed. First step is to dig the hole and do the concrete. Let's get started. So they gave me two options on how to do a hole for this to make it so it meets their criteria. I either have to do a hole 31 inches around, 18 inches deep, or 10 to 12 inches around diameter, 48 inches deep. Well, the only way I'm going to go 48 inches is with a post hole digger, unless I dig a giant hole with the backhoe. And since I want to do this with the backhoe, I'm going to do the 31 inches around, 18 inches deep. So I took a stake, tied a string to it, tied it to my marking paint, set it at 16 inches, so that's close enough. And that should be about, well, that will be about 32-inch diameter circle when I paint around in the circle. See how this works out. Yeah, and there you have a nice circle. Now I just got to try and dig it. I'm not crazy about where this thing's going. It's where my wife wants it. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to dig this without pulling apart everything and get it deep enough. So what I'm going to try and do though is, because we're going to landscape this once I get it put in. So I'm going to try and slope this hole and make the 18 inches on the low side, or actually on the high side. So it'll be a little lower on the low side just to make sure I have enough concrete. So let me get started digging a hole. Okay, let's check and see where we're at here. So I'm a little deeper than 18. And I'm pretty close to 18 right there. So we're gonna call that good. I'm gonna do a little bit of handwork on it. Finish leveling this out. There. That hole is ready to go. So let me go get my concrete. Okay, so I ran to Lowe's and I bought concrete, and I want to show you a little tip before I do this. So this is the piece of pipe that you cement into the ground that the flagpole is going to slide into. Before you do all this, put tape over the bottom and the top. I'd recommend duct tape. All I have is masking tape, but I'm going to basically do a dry pour. I'm using Quickcrete. So I'm going to basically put everything in, get this level, then fill it full of water and let it dry. So let me go ahead and get started. I bought 6 50-pound bags of fast setting Quickcrete. First, I got to put a little in the hole so that the pole's sitting where I want it. So I'm going to start by dumping 50 pounds in there and see where I end up. It's kind of awkward to do this on the hill. I need another bag before I can set that. Hey, how are you? Good. This would certainly be a much easier job with 2 people. It's probably pretty good right about there. Okay. I don't know, I might want to grab some more concrete. We'll see how these last 2 bags do. Yeah, can almost fill the hole. Oh, it's a little bit oversized too. Guess we'll find out if my flagpole finally falls down. Then we're going to make sure our pole is level. Okay, let's check it. You want to make sure it's level in every direction. I'm going to double check this once I put water in here, but I want to start with it level. Okay, looks good that way. Does not look good that way. Ow. Okay. As I fall down the hill. Okay, so I'm going to start adding water. It turns out that my nozzle here isn't working so good, so I'm going to start getting this wet with this first, so it's got kind of a base going here, and then I'll just take the nozzle off and do it that way. This is not easy. See what's going on there. Still perfect. Shut off the hose. Okay, so today we're gonna finally finish putting my flagpole in. I started this video probably at least 3 weeks ago. Unfortunately, once I got the pole into the concrete, while the concrete was setting, I was gonna do all the setup on the pole, which I'm gonna show you right now in a second, and I realized that I did not get any of the hardware or the directions. And the directions I had found anyway on YouTube, but obviously I need the hardware. So I reached out to the company, and to say the customer service has been horrible is just an understatement. It takes them days and days and days to respond. In some cases, weeks. They asked me to send pictures of what I got, and what I got was the pole, the sleeve, and the flag, and that was it. So I didn't get the finial or the halyard or the pulley or any of the hardware. So I've been going back and forth with them for several weeks. Well, I say going back and forth. It takes them forever to respond. And finally, yesterday, when they responded to me, they asked for pictures again. And so I just went ahead and ordered the stuff on Amazon and bought it. The entire kit for the flagpole was $26. So unfortunately, they've lost a customer um, because of their customer service. Now, the name of the company is Stand Flagpole Company. Obviously, this is my experience and my experience only. I will never do business with them again. It's unfortunate. There are other companies that you can get the same quality and same type of flagpole. And so that's what I recommend that you do, But now on the flip side, just to be totally honest, my father bought a pole from them, and that's why I use them, and he didn't have any troubles other than taking a long time to get it. So I don't know. I just know that the customer service has been horrid, and I still don't have a resolution from them. So that's why I'm going to do this. So let's put this together. First thing I have to do, this is the actual, I got too much stuff here. This is the actual top of the pole. And what the pulley system holds on is this sleeve here, which goes on the top. The problem is this was pop riveted when they sent it to me, and when I got it, the rivets were both broken. That I'm not blaming on Stand Flagpole. That could happen. So what I have to do before I do anything is just rivet this back on again, because then the pulley system is going to attach to this, and that's what's going to keep it all together. The pole is all made from aluminum, and it's 25 feet tall when it's done. Make sure I bought, which I really, really like, is, and I paid extra for this, is this light goes up under the finial on top, and it's got all these LEDs, and it lights the flag at night. So it comes on at dark, it turns off in the morning, so you don't have to take the flag down every night, and you don't have to run electrical wires or any of that. I think for everything, I was about $375 is what it cost me for the flagpole, which comes with a 4x6 flag and the light. Okay, that one will work. So I'm going to go ahead and put the 2 rivets in first so that I keep the holes lined up. And take my rivet gun. There's really no science to this if you've never done it. All this is going to do is it's going to squeeze from the inside when I squeeze it. And it's going to mushroom that inside. And then once you get far enough, it's going to cut the tab off. And that now gives me something to hold it. Careful with those rivet ends. They're good for going through tires. Okay, so that's on secure. So now the next step is we're going to take the light. There's your pulley system, which is going to sit up on top, and it's at these 3 screws that you're going to tighten to hold it. It's threaded on the top for the finial. We're going to run the finial through the light, and then we're going to thread it down in to the light. Now, I don't want to over tighten this because this is plastic. After I get this in, you see it threads it right down inside. I'm going to go ahead and put the nut on. And then I'm going to go get a socket and just tighten the nut real quick. Okay. So I went ahead and tightened the nut up there. Now this is going to go sit right on top of that aluminum piece we just put on. We're going to seat that all the way down. There. Now we're just going to take a Phillips head screwdriver and tighten each of these screws. And these are tightening into that aluminum ring that I just pop riveted back on again. Okay, so that's on there good now. Okay, so I've gone ahead and stuck the top section in. Now I'm going to undo the halyard. And I'm going to start feeding it around the pulley, in theory on paper. Well, this might not be as easy as I thought it was going to be. Starting to think I should have run the rope before I put the pulley on. Oh, that worked. So what I did was I just held it in the pulley and rolled it around. Okay. Trying not to make a jumbled mess on the ground. I'm just trying to get this about halfway. Okay, so we're going to bring this up. Like that. Oops, did not want to do that. Still learning. Well, they say that that'll withstand. hurricane force winds. We will see. Okay, so now we're going to tie the halyard. And what we're going to do first is make sure it's untwisted. Let me bring this down so you can see. Okay, so we're going to cross them this way. Then we're going to take the first one. Need more rope than that. Hold on. And we're going to make 2 loops. 1, 2. And we're going to come back around and feed that back through the loops and tighten it. Like that. Okay? Now on the other side, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to do 2 loops. 1, 2. And we're going to bring this one back through your 2 loops and tighten it. Then you're going to pull these together. And that's going to cause constant tension on these. So no matter what the wind does, they won't come undone. Okay, so now we've got our halyard. Next, we're going to add our flag. Okay, so I'm putting the knot. I put the knot at the top to start. And next, we're going to tie our top hook. Now, this pole is capable of handling 2 flags. I only have 1 today, so I'm just going to add the 1. I can add the other one later. So all we're going to do, again, let me make sure this isn't twisted, is feed this hole through the hook around it and pull it tight. That's it. Okay, so now we've got, okay, so here's the flag that came with the pole. While I was off camera, I attached the cleat to hold the halyard on the back of the flagpole. It just goes in with 2 Phillips head screws into pre-drilled holes. Oh, I gotta find the top. Okay. Just trying to keep this. Okay. So now we're going to attach our second hook. I'm going to bring this up a little, tie it off. Okay. What we're going to do is the same thing, but we're going to go to about here. The nice thing is if you put those hooks in so they're not right exactly, they're easy to fix later. Okay. There it is.
And there it is, all done. Like I said, I've wanted a flagpole for a very long time. I am very proud to live in this country and very proud of this country. And now I can show it every day. I haven't decided what I'm going to get for a second flag yet, but I'll figure that out. So all I got left now is to put the dirt back in the hole. I had buried the concrete so that you won't see it, and then eventually I'll mulch or rock that over there. But that's it. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you next time.